Hello St Francis School, it's Sarah here. It's really good to be with you again. Now, I've been thinking about holidays and I wonder if you have too, because maybe some of you had exciting holidays booked and you might not be able to go on the holiday that you hoped to. And that's certainly been the case for me because me and my husband Cliff.
Hello, that's me.
Anyway, me and my husband Cliff had some big plans. We were going to cycle on our tandem bicycle, which is in front of me here. Cliff sits here, he's the driver, he steers, and I sit at the back. And some people think I do less work than him, but that's obviously not true. I do lots of work, probably most of the work. Anyway, we were going to cycle all the way from Land's End, which is here at the very bottom of England, and we were going to cycle on our tandem all the way up through the country. There we go, all the way through Scotland and all the way up to John O'Groats, which is the very top corner of Scotland. And we weren't able to do that in real life, kind of obviously. So instead, we had another plan. We decided that we would do it sort of pretend on our computer. So there's a very clever computer app that will let you put in all the right number of miles. So you have to go cycling and you add up all your miles that you've cycled, and you cycle and cycle until it's as if you had cycled from Land's End to John O'Groats. And we got a bit of help with that. We got members of our family and friends to help us. So we all did lots of miles and could encourage each other until we'd done all the miles from Land's End to John O'Groats. And we got a medal for doing that. So we didn't do it in real life, but we did have some fun doing it on our computers and getting out and about and getting lots of exercise, which was brilliant fun. Well, sometimes in life we just tend to prefer to talk about the really good things that have happened, and we don't really talk about the bad things that happened. But it's not a bad thing to think about the bad things as well as the good things, is it? I'm going to read a Bible story to you. I'm going to read about a lady called Naomi and her daughter-in-law Ruth. Here's a bit of the story. Naomi was lonely. Her husband was dead, and her 2 sons were dead as well. And she was living in a country that was far from home with her sons' widows, Orpah and Ruth. "I'm going home," said Naomi one day to her daughters-in-law. "Back to my own country, back to Bethlehem where I belong. You must stay here. I'll miss you, but this is your country and not mine." Naomi expected Orpah and Ruth to kiss her and hug her and wave her goodbye. And that's just what Orpah did. But Ruth did something different. She kissed Naomi, she hugged Naomi, and then she said, "I'm coming with you." "Why?" asked Naomi. "Why leave your people and your home to travel to a place that you don't know? Here you've got the chance of finding another husband, but I can't give you one." But no matter what Naomi said, Ruth would not change her mind. She cared for Naomi, and she wanted to make sure that she returned home safe and sound. "I'm going with you," Ruth said, "and that's all there is to it. From now on, your people will be my people, and your God will be my God." So Naomi and Ruth went off back to Bethlehem together. And that's a good story, isn't it? Because we heard some really sad things at the start about how Naomi's husband had died and how her sons had died and how she was in a country far away from home. But we heard some really good things as well. We heard about how Ruth wanted to stay with her, to be her friend and to help her and care for her. And that's a bit like we were thinking with some of the story that I was telling you about my holiday. I was a bit sad to have to cancel it, but I've had lots of fun doing it in a pretend way on a computer with lots of help from family and friends. And even when Cliff and I have been training on our tandem, We've had some fun together in good times and bad times as well. Once or twice we've got lost and we've had to work out together how to find the way again. Sometimes one of us has been really fed up because we're cold and wet and tired, and the other one of us has been able to encourage the other and keep us going. So we've thought about looking after each other in good times and bad times as well, just like in our story about Ruth and Naomi. You know, Christians read in the Bible that God says that there are two really important things, the most important things. The first one is that we should love God, and the second one is that we should love each other and care for each other as if we were caring for ourselves. And God also says that He's always with us. So sometimes, even when we don't feel like we've got friends to help us, then we have God alongside us. Well, I wonder if you can think of anybody who might be a little bit sad at the moment. Maybe a neighbour or a member of your family, or maybe somebody that you know at school, or who's maybe at home at the moment but would really love to be in school. Maybe they could do with something to cheer them up. And I wonder what you could do to help them to cheer up a little bit. Maybe just drop over a card or a picture that you've done. Maybe just phone them up and say hello. But in helping them to feel a little bit happier, it's a brilliant way that you can show that you love and care for them. So why don't we say a prayer together? Let's pray. Dear God, thank you that you are always with us. And thank you that you give us friends to help us in good times and sad times. Please will you help us to show care for our friends. And please will you help us to let them care for us as well. Help us to love each other as you love us, and help us to know that you love us so much. Amen. Thanks, St. Francis. Bye for now.